Shalom Aleichem. Peace be upon you. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High Yah, through his son Yahushua HaMashiach. It's your brother, UncleK, and we're back with another one. I hope you're having a Baruch day, and I hope right now you have a sound mind and a sound heart. Now, before we get into the content, like the content, share the content, and comment down below. And if you're not a supporter, become a supporter right now. I just advise you to tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. So let's get into it. Witches, they look for life force in abundance. Same goes for warlocks as well too. They look for life force in abundance. Now you as a man, living a lifestyle of chastity, semen retention, you got a ton of life force in you. On top of all those things too, you have protection from the Most High Yah, from wickedness. So that means that the Most High Yah is on you. So the Most High gives you discernment. He gives you heightened awareness. All senses are heightened. So to be very aware of this is very crucial. It's very critical. So when you go to certain environments, there's a lot of witches out here, man. And they look all different. Right. Now witches, they tend to observe you. It only takes 0.1 of a second for them to know everything about you. To an extent. Right? They know when a man is set apart. They know when a man has spiritual authority. They know when a man has spiritual protection. And they know when a man has a ton of life in him. Right? So, by knowing that, we must also know that witches, they communicate in the spiritual realm with forces of darkness, right? We know they don't pray unto the Most High Yah, right? Because that's an abomination. So they pray unto spirits, right? They pray unto demons, right? To give them intercessions, right? They communicate with the dead and those things, right? These are the things that they're interested in. They're interested into card readings, palm readings, right? Things of that nature. So by them communicating with these spirits know who you serve as well too, because you see in the Shamayim, there's levels to the Shamayim. You see where the birds fly, that's the first heaven. The second heaven is void, right? You can call it space, where they roam around. That's why the earth is such a easy place and an easy realm for spirits to inhabit and to take vessels, right, of people that's not spiritually protected. That's why in this realm there's a lot of wickedness going on, right? Like when the fallen angels, when they fell, the watchmen, when they fell, they took on the appearance of man and they impregnated women. It's the same thing going on these days, right? And if they don't have a body, then they're gonna go find one, right? So the third heaven is where the Most High is at, right? So there's levels, right? And these witches, they communicate with these spirits. And by you being protected by the Most High, they know who you are in the spiritual realm, right? Because they can't touch you. But these witches, when they notice you in any environment, they look at you. They spot you, right? They get a quick, like, pulse. Like, they're very repulsive when they see you, right? It's like their appetite increases, right? So they will come near to you just to smell you, to smell your essence, to smell that life that you got off of you, right? You see, witches, they don't go after just any typical person, right? You see, they have different types, right? And the majority of the types, it's all about resources, right? They will never go after a man that's just not focused on anything in life, right? It could be money, wealth, spiritual wealth, all these different things in these avenues, right? They go after anyone that has something in abundance, right? They won't go after someone that's just not focused on anything. And it's not to say that the worldly man is focused on spiritual things, because we know, keyword world, he's not focused on spiritual things, he's focused on money. So a witch will go to a rich man to take his wealth, right? But the thing about a spiritual minded man, a man that's focused on the Most High, his law, statutes, commandments, and scriptures, it's a different kind of man when she comes into your presence, right? So she gets a crazy appetite because she's already doing things in the spiritual realm. So she will walk past you, come very, very close. And by you being on this lifestyle, you're a confident man. You're not the type of man to jump to the left or jump to the right when someone is in your presence. You hold firm. You stand firm with what you're doing in the current space. And if that person needs a little bit of room, you would look at the person and say, oh, you can go past if you like. Oh, you need some space. You want to grab this. You want to grab that. And if you don't see them coming towards a location that's close to you to grab something, then you just keep your mouth shut. You continue to do what you got to do, unless they right next to you grabbing something, right next to the area that you're grabbing something, or where you're working at. But either way, they will come close to you to smell that essence, right? And I'll give y'all a reference. If y'all ever saw that movie Jeepers Creepers, right? The first one, where no matter where they went, right, they were being followed, right? No matter where they went, they were being followed, right? You see, this man, he went into the cave of a entity, right, that took a physical body, right? You can say that it was a demon. You could say it was a warlock, right? In the same sense, it's all in one. It's the same, right? So he went into his realm. He went into his cave, and his smell was still there. You know what I'm saying? And this creature per se, he really wanted something off of him, right? And that's how these witches move. It's like a Jeepers Creepers movie, right? They smell you, they smell your clothes, they can smell your essence, they can smell the purity off of you, they can smell the strength off of you, they can smell the spiritual things off of you, they can smell how powerful you are, right? But they don't have any authority to touch you, right? They don't have any authority to touch your garments, right? But they will do, it will be like little slight things they'll do, right? Say for instance, you're in the gym, you're on a machine training, right? You're not hopping to different machines to your left and your right. You're on this machine, you're probably getting 5 sets in, you just working on your own pace. Someone will come straight to you and ask you, are you using the machine that's right next to you? Clearly you're not using the machine because you're sitting on one machine right there. So they use verbal communication as well too, to read you as well too, and you got to be very aware of that as well too. So it comes down to a point where you got to be wise about it and just use body language to speak to people sometimes. Sometimes give them a thumbs up, or sometimes just nod your head yes, nod your head no. Just keep it present. Sometimes it's wise for you to not to even open your mouth. And if you ever let a woman touch you that's a witch, you got to be careful, right? Because you don't know what, she might be chanting something on you like real quick when she touch you. She could probably had chanted something before and then laid her hands on you. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not spiritually protected, you know, you could be attacked by those things. But these witches, they notice you everywhere you go, and they will try to come near you to smell your essence, to speak to you, right? They will try something of that nature just to get really close to you. And if you allow them to get that close to you where you guys are making exchanges, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Because, you know, witches may seem confident because they coming close, but they still scared, right? And men gotta pay attention to this whole aspect of finding attraction, edifying all the time. Like you gotta already know that you already an attractive man based off of scriptures, right? You fearfully and wonderfully made, and it's nothing like taking care of yourself, grooming yourself, keeping your hygiene on point, right? But when you look for the validation of other women, right, just to see, if they like you, and you kind of, it's making you feel good, right? Because you notice, oh, okay, cool, I'm getting a little attraction. That's cool, right? That's nice, right? But it's not something to be in your head all day long, right? It's not. Because witches fear a spiritually minded man. A man of the Most High, witches fear that man, right? And there was some content that I saw a while back, man, where there was a witch that was talking. Like somebody posted this content. I forgot the channel. I believe it was a Semen Retention channel, like a long time ago. It's probably Semen Retention Club, a long time ago. And it was a video of a woman talking about how she goes about draining men, right? And she was like, it's so hard for her to take the life force from a spiritually minded man. Like she tries to break them. And she said there's a lot of spiritually minded men that she has broken, right? Now the key word right there is spiritually minded. A lot of men like to lean on the universe these days and do certain things, right? A lot of men don't lean on the Most High, and we know why, because they rather lean on to the feminine principles, right? They rather lean on to the so-called divine feminine, so they could feel like they have more of a leverage in that realm to obtain more women. So they take on feminine principles and feminine characteristics and tries to make it seem like it's spiritual and it's masculine, which it's not. So these women will still get a man that's so-called spiritual, but he's not a man of the Most High. So, it gives you understanding, right, and a little bit of knowledge and wisdom that witches out here be really looking for the life force of man, right? And when a man is operating at his highest, you got to make sure that you operate with the Most High. All right? You got to be extremely vigilant. You got to protect yourself out here, okay? You can't be out here roaming the streets. You can't be out here going to the grocery stores and not knowing what you want to buy. You can't be walking in the gym and just being like, you know what, I'm going about the motions. No, you got to know what you're going to train. You go in there, tunnel vision, no headphones, so you can be vigilant. I don't want nobody tapping my shoulder asking me questions, right? I'm well aware. I'm paying attention to my environment, right? Don't be out here walking around the streets just with no vision, no direction, just playing, window shopping all day, or you just beating the block. Don't be doing that, right? Because it's witches all over the place, man. It's warlocks all over the place too, and primarily the warlocks. They're always on the woman's side, right? You see, a warlock is not per se a masculine man. He's more so a man that's taking on feminine principles as well too, right? Because warlocks, in a sense, they're on the left field, right? They're on the left hand side too, right? They're like, you can call them an open book, right? If y'all know what I'm saying, y'all know what I'm saying, right? It's more confusion on his side, right? And the witches too, they play on both sides too, so it's all confusion on that side too. So you just gotta be vigilant, man, because it's a lot of warlocks too out here, man. Some relationships out here, it'll be a witch and a warlock out in public somewhere, and they'll both be looking at you and trying to get close to you, right? You gotta pay attention to that, because a lot of warlocks come to the gym with their women, with their bodies out as well too, just so they could like go out and collect. They send a witch out to collect and harvest, and then bring it back to him. Right? You see how it is, right? It's confusion. It's really confusion. For real. And you just gotta be extremely vigilant about what's going on. That's why as a man, it's very wise for you to not have multiple partners. It's wise for you to just have one wife right now until the Most High sends you, what you're supposed to get. Right? And we don't focus on things of that nature right now because it's on the Most High's time. So we don't go out our way and try to, get more in abundance, right? We stay focused on the Most High, allow Him to build us up, allow Him to take care of us, protect us, guide us, lead us, ordain our steps. All right. Just pay attention, be vigilant. All right, fellas, don't be out here just because you're feeling good. Don't be out here just chewing the streets, right? With extremely heavy feet, just spinning the block, walking around like you don't know where you're going. You could be a woman laying down the block. She could act like, she's a modest woman, but the whole time she's a witch. They come in all different forms, all different shapes, man. It don't matter. You could think she a good girl or a good woman, whatever you want to call it. She take you in. She says she want to build a relationship with you. Y'all building, y'all talking about marriage. Y'all in it for like 2.5 months, going on 3. She done drained you up. She done left you to the side, and now you dealing with all different type of things, man. You can't get back on the journey. You're struggling. It's hard for you. You need therapy. You need something, right? So it's wise for us to not be spending time out here being a block, communicating with a lot of people, keep our minds on the vision, keep on pressing for the Most High. All right, fellas? It's your brother, UncleK. Shalom Aleichem. Peace be upon you. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High Yah through His Son Yahushua HaMashiach. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the content. Like, share, comment down below. And if you're not a supporter, become a supporter right now. I just advise you to tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Y'all continue to have a real blessed day. Keep a sound mind and a sound heart. And I'll see y'all soon, Most High willing. But for now, peace.